Friends, let me ask you something. Have you noticed how the loudest voice in your life is sometimes the one inside your own head? Like the voice that replays mistakes, or the voice that says you should know better by now, or the voice that reminds you of everything you wish you could undo. Now that voice has a name. They call it the inner critic. Psychologists tell us that the inner critic often develops in order to keep us safe, like to prevent rejection or failure or shame. However, over time, it doesn't protect us anymore. It wounds us. And then we watch how Jesus responds to shame. In John chapter 8, a woman is dragged into public view. She was exposed, she was accused, she was surrounded by voices that want to define her by her worst moment. But then notice what Jesus does. He doesn't join the shouting. He doesn't add another condemning voice. He chooses to bend down. He creates space for her, and he slows the tension, and then he says something that silences the room. He says, "Let anyone among you who is without sin be the first to throw a stone." And then one by one, the voices leave. And finally, there's only Jesus and the woman. And then Jesus asks her, "Where are they? Has no one condemned you?" And then she answers, "No one, sir." And then Jesus says the words her soul needed to hear. "Neither do I condemn you." My friends, this is not denial of sin. This is the refusal to let shame be the final word. Psychology teaches us that healing begins when the voice of compassion becomes louder than the voice of criticism. Theology calls this something even deeper. Jesus' voice is that voice. He doesn't speak to you the way your inner critic does. He doesn't reduce you to your failure. He doesn't replay your worst day on repeat. So, when your inner critic is loud today or this week, pause and ask yourself this question. Is this the voice of Jesus, or is this the voice of shame? Because Jesus' voice doesn't crush you, it lifts you. It doesn't condemn, it restores. And if you listen closely, you might hear Jesus saying to you what he said to her. "Neither do I condemn you." Peace of Christ be with you.